All right, guys. Thanks for coming to our next session. All right, let's focus now. Matt,
Give me my glasses back. I can't see.
I was just trying to be funny.
Oh, whatever.
guys. All right, are we ready? Do you need some more time to get this out, or are you guys ready to get started?
We're good.
All right.
Okay. So for homework last week, I had you guys talk about or think about more specific situations where you felt some extreme anxiety or extremely stressed out, right? Yes. Okay.
Right.
So I wanted to start this session. I have some paper here for you guys, and what I want you to do is just pick one scenario, and I want you to think about 3 things that you could have done to prevent, sort of what could have helped to prevent this feeling of anxiety, and 3 things you could have done when you were experiencing this anxiety to sort of alleviate. So whatever you guys think helps you in those moments.
So
okay?
we're thinking of one example of a time that stresses us out.
Or that you had an extreme feeling of anxiety.
Okay.
Yes.
One specific time?
Mm-hmm.
And
then 3 things?
3 things that you could have done before that would be considered a prevention.
Yeah.
And then 3 things that could have been an intervention, which means that you would do in the moment to sort of help yourself get out of this anxiety.
Okay. All right.
So let's take a couple minutes here. And then I'm going to have you guys share these with each other also. And if you're having trouble coming up with 3, how about we just do 2? Okay, just take about 1 more minute.
Having a hard time coming up with my second intervention.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and
you guys can think of one.
Maybe I can. Yeah, maybe something.
Well,
we'll see.
So why don't we share what these situations are,
okay.
And then let's see. Do you want to start, Cindy?
Okay. Mine is getting called on in class when I'm not expecting it.
Oh, okay. So when teacher asks a
calls
question, and then
right, yeah, I just freak out.
Okay, and so what sort of feelings are you experiencing? Just do you?
Well, I start sweating, and my mind goes blank. My mouth is dry, and I'm just I just freeze up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is one thing that you could have done to sort of prevent this sort of anxiety that you're feeling when you get called on?
I could do my homework and be more prepared. If I was more prepared, the thing is, I don't usually, sometimes I just don't know what's going on. And I'm not listening, maybe. I could listen. There's another one I could write down. I could listen better. I get distracted in class.
You get distracted?
Yeah.
By other students? By?
Phone.
Okay.
My other thing I thought of I could do to prevent is I could actually talk to my teacher about it ahead of time and tell him how freaked out I am when he just calls on me when I don't know for sure, and just, I don't know, see what he says.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So yeah, so being open with your teacher and sharing your
Right.
difficulties.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what's something in that moment that you could do to help with these anxiety?
Well, I was talking to my mom about this,
Mhm.
and she said something that she does is breathing, like
That's what I said too.
deep breathing, and try to slow down
Mhm.
breathing. So that's all I could think of.
Me
for
too. That's the
individual.
only thing I came
Is
up
that
with.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then, Margie, let's go.
Okay. So mine was because I did really bad on tests and my parents freaked on me. So I the only thing I came up with at the time is I just take a deep breath and be like not so freaked out about it, because what ended up happening is they freaked out on me and I freaked out back on them and picked a fight with them, and so it
Okay.
just like got way worse.
Mm-hmm.
So so in the moment the only thing I could think of was just to take a deep breath. I guess I just thought another one, which was walk away, but I don't know how they would take that. So sometimes it's just better if they don't talk to me, but they don't know that. So
Okay. So what could you have done to
well,
prevent this?
what you said, like prepare better, like actually be prepared to take the
Mhm.
test, do my homework
Mhm.
and stuff,
Mhm.
whatever, and then not pick a fight, like not make it worse.
Okay.
That was like
Okay. Great. Matt?
So we had this like test in our American government class the other day that was pretty hard, and I didn't study for it. So I guess the next time maybe I should study for it,
Study. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
right? Or like, and I didn't study for it because I knew it was hard and I didn't really want to do it. So maybe I should talk to my teacher next time before we have a test.
Okay.
Maybe get some help.
Maybe get some key things to work on
Mm-hmm.
to prepare you for specific tests or assignments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um,
And then, so what could you have done in that moment to help you with your anxiety?
go to the bathroom and go over my notes.
Well, I don't know about that. That might not be.
No,
Like during the test?
like during the test, I'll go to the bathroom and go over my notes.
Oh, that's a good one. I
That's
like to use
bogus.
that.
It
No.
might not be an option.
Okay.
I think you're on the right track in terms of preparing ahead of time and studying more and making sure you understand what the teacher, what these tests, what it's going to entail, what they're
Okay.
going to be asking you.
So I don't know. Maybe next time do the questions I know first.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
sometimes
a good idea.
in multiple choice tests as
Mhm.
well, it's better to, if you're going through the test and you don't know a question, instead of kind of sitting there and just freaking out about how you don't know the answer to this, it's better to keep going, and sometimes you'll find the answer, or you'll read a different question and see some
Right.
different answers that trigger something in your brain, and then you can go back. So it's better to do the ones you know, especially multiple choice, and then come back.
Okay.
So that's something you could think about
So
doing
going to the
also.
bathroom and going over my notes isn't an option.
I don't think that would be the best option.
Okay.
Because I feel that's sort of, we want to have academic integrity, and I don't know how much that falls in line with that idea, right?
Okay.
Okay, well, that's great, guys. Sounds like you all kind of had some overlapping feelings in terms of just not being prepared for tests, and then sort of the fallout from that in terms of with parents, and that kind of aggravates the situation a little bit more. So and then your interventions were great too, because I wanted to, one thing that I would do and still do when I have moments of extreme anxiety is definitely just kind of close my eyes, put my hand on my belly, and take some very deep breaths, not from your chest, but deep from, and it will slow your heart rate, and it'll sort of help you. I feel like it just kind of gives me a moment to clarify. So I don't know if you guys want to try that and just put your hands.
Would
on
you
your
say
belly.
not from your chest?
So you want to breathe deep down. So you want to take a breath from your belly, and you should feel your belly kind of expanding and coming in as you're breathing. And if you just kind of close your eyes, and it will definitely help lower your heart rate. So how do you guys feel now? Does that feel?
That's pretty cool.
It does feel good.
Yeah.
So
It
that's
does. I like it.
yeah. So sort of taking some of your guys' ideas of interventions just a little bit further. There's a lot more resources I can give you guys in terms of relaxation techniques, but I think one of the main points I've heard from you guys is that academics are very important, and being prepared is something that is that's kind of part of the school experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is something to think about to help alleviate your stress.
Like when there's 4 of them in 1 week, though, it's like there's only so much you can do.
It's true. I mean, I understand that sometimes, especially during finals weeks.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
But I think I just have a hard time making myself do.
I know.
What
Sometimes I just don't. I want
Right.
to play video games. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, so it's like, how do you make yourself do stuff you don't want to do?
Right. Okay. So that's something that we can talk about in our next session. Definitely is sort of things to help us to get us motivated to keep up the work to help alleviate the stress in the long run. Because these are skills that it's not just going to be while you're in high school. High school is right now for you, but there's a whole big world out there. And after, these are skills that you can carry with you for the rest of your lives because.
Did you struggle with that too in high school?
With what?
Like
Specifically?
making yourself do stuff you didn't want to do?
Oh, yes. When I was in high school, math was definitely not my strong suit. And I had a very hard time getting myself to even just do my homework. And as a result, I did not do well in my math classes. And I didn't really care about it in the moment. Like when I was at home, I was like, but it definitely, when I got to college, I had to retake some math classes, and
Yeah, it sucks if you got Pritchett too.
Mr. Pritchett?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we'll think about that for next time, sort of some more motivational techniques. And I want you guys to think about, I don't know, do you guys spend any time just worrying, sort of just like, I don't know if you have homework and you decide to play video games instead.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have a little nagging voice in the back of your head that,
Yeah,
makes you feel like,
Yeah.
well, I'm not doing the
Yeah.
greatest? Okay.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Because then I know it's going to
Yeah.
come back on me later.
Right. Okay. So we're going to talk about that next time as well. Do you guys have any questions or anything before we wrap up for today? Do you feel like, you kind of have, sometimes part of dealing with anxiety is just, acknowledging what causes your anxiety.
Yeah.
And, my goal in having you guys think about what you could have done to prevent is to sort of help you along this road to, preventing
Yeah.
stress and anxiety in the future. Okay?
Cool.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Sounds good.